Alright, so, who wants to give a recap of what happened last time?
Last time we heard a whole thing about Vincent's Island being invaded by Marines, so we're rushing over there, and we also met like a bounty crew. Yeah, we gonna team up with them and go to war at like Vincent's home island, Owen Mills.
So, specifically at this point in time, you guys are about a solid, I'd say, you managed to get a long rest in on the way there. You're about 2-3 hours away from the island right now as your boat is kind of like cresting over the horizon and you see the island off in the distance. You can't make out any details just yet. You can only see it. It's within sight.
In preparation, Vincent goes up to Who, and he's Who is the bounty hunter, by the way, the leader of the bounty hunt. One last goof and gag before we have to get serious, my friend. Are you ready?
Of course I want to hear a joke.
Exactly.
What kind of question is that?
Well, you gotta have a calm head.
Exactly. I like the way you think. Of course I want to hear a joke, obviously. You gotta be in high spirits when you go through the war.
We can't be stressed out. Gotta make sure we have a clear judgment.
Morale is everything.
Vincent grabs his flute. Unseen servant. Telekinesis is my friend. Vincent then has the bag of holding in the unseen servant's hand, and he starts pulling out a wristband, and then he says, "For you, my friend."
Whoa, that was a pretty cool magic trick.
Sign of alliance. Here we are.
Ooh, a sign of alliance, eh?
Yeah, if you have one for me, I'll wear it.
Not anything you'd wear, but if I remember correctly, my strategist planner friend here probably already gave one from what they've signed. Apparently they gave it to your doctor or something like that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll pick that up later. Yeah. So here we go. And then the unseen servant just follows, just standing behind me now. And I have the bags in my pocket. The end. I bow. Now, off to war.
Yeah.
Serious time.
Yeah, before you guys get there, is there any last things you guys want to do? Anything at all? Any last things that need to be talked about? Any plans, any strategies?
My
Anything
gun and I fixed.
Yeah, you guys managed to go over a course of a long rest. If you had anything you needed to do for fucking artificer infusions, anything like that, you had the time to change them if you needed to do so.
Alana just chilling after working before arriving, leaning against the pole of Crow's Nest. I like how you spelled it. Yeah. I like how you spelled it.
Yeah, because it's the Crow's Nest, not the Crow's Nest.
Yeah. I think it's Ivan's room? No, it's not.
I mean,
no, it's Ivan's nest at this point.
Ivan does have a room. It's just storage right now.
Yeah.
His room is the Crow's Nest. Anything else you guys want to do? Anything at all before we get started? This is your last chance. This is your last call.
I think we're good.
All the NPCs are in a hole, other than the bounty hunters. So.
Yep, you quite literally just did the Minecraft strategy of digging a hole for them and then just placing it
right.
over their head.
You're right. All right.
They're going AFK.
They're going AFK. Don't hurt
me. Oh my god, yeah. All right, but yes. So, if all of you are good, and we're good to start going, as the ship gets closer and closer to the island, you guys start to make out a few things. First off, Ivan, as I assume you are still within the Crow's Nest, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
If that is the case, then as you kind of take out your telescope to, like, inspect the area, could you make me a perception check, baby?
Perception check.
With advantage because you're using the telescope.
13.
Wow, 13! With the 13, you don't see anything on the main island. And you are at an angle where you can't really see most of the docks. However, what you can see is that it appears that there is at least one smaller marine ship already docked at the island. And with that 13, you can see in the distance that there's nothing big like a man-o-war or a galleon, but there are a few more ships sailing over here in the distance. And judging from where you are, you don't see any smoke rising or whatever, like buildings haven't been set on fire yet. But obviously, if there's a marine ship there, then either talking is happening right now, or a forward scout operation has just been sent. So those are about the 2 conclusions you can draw from just that.
Alright, Vincent, where are we landing?
There's an island called, wait, what was it called? Okay, there's a small island called the Glowing that we can use as cover.
Let's go around there then.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's like northeast of the top of the island.
Pretty sure we have a small boat with us.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, we'll take the small boat.
Or dinghy, if you will.
Yeah, we'll take the brochure of wonders too.
Can I send my island to do like a quick scout of the island?
Yes, you can.
I just take out my eye and just like toss it into the air. What exactly does it look like?
As you send out your scout drone, pretty much, your eye that starts flying around this time, no pun intended. The main thing you can at least see, the main thing that you can see really is, it appears that in a main area of the island, probably about the middle area of the island, it appears there's kind of like a congregation of Glowing Mills citizens, as well as a small amount of foot soldiers from the Marines. And you can't hear anything because it's your eye, not your ear, but it appears that one of the foot soldiers, who appears to be at least a smaller, like just slight higher rank than everybody else, is reading off of a sheet of paper and is saying something to everybody. Is like, he's reading down from the paper, then looking to respond, and these people are conversating, all that. I guess Nico's getting a flying gear soon. Who knows?
I just have like a full flying head.
Oh my, that's horrifying.
I turned out to be a robot this whole time. I'm just like describing the scene to like everyone.
So yes, from what you can see at least, fighting has not started yet. However, hold up, let me just go do a little something real quick. Okay, I see. So, as you kind of see, it looks like the conversation is escalating from just talking to being a little bit more aggressive in both sides' body language, such as the Marine, kind of like, it looks like they're shouting now rather than speaking in a calm voice. It looks like their body language is obviously extremely aggressive now, from what you can see at least. So before this scales into a fight, what do you want to do?
Oh, that's the basic situation, Captain. I say, like, wait for my eye to come back.
Well, that's good they haven't started fighting yet. Hopefully there's still going to be a way we can talk this out. I doubt there will be a way to. I know what's going to happen.
I mean,
but
it is starting to get more
yeah.
aggressive. We should probably do something as soon as possible.
Definitely.
If you really still want to go the peaceful route.
I would prefer to, but that is my home.
Let's just head out where's the dinghy. I just say like others.
Yeah.
Alright. As you guys just kind of start loading up into this dinghy, everybody else is, like, the other crew is also kind of loading in. And the guy with the big metal boots, who you learned his name was Wu from, last time, Wu, is having a little bit of a hard time getting into the boat with his heavy-ass boots. As, like, he's trying to get in without falling in like all of you are doing. Because if you did fall in, he would probably sink the dinghy from the weight of his boots. So he's trying to find a... Can you...
Like, hold off my head. Like,
can you make me a strength check real quick? An athletics check?
Strength.
Can I help?
Athletics. You can give Nikolai help.
Yeah, I help.
Just with advantage.
Yep, you roll with advantage. A natural 20.
Let's go. You're welcome.
Friggin' 20.
Friendship. Power of friendship. Power of friendship.
Pretty much. It looked like Wu was having a little bit of a hard time, but seeing you with your open arms, just like you and Vincent, like both with your open arms ready to catch him, he just straight up just like does a run and jump on, and you both manage to catch him with his full force just gracefully. You guys can feel the weight from this fucking one too, by the way. You just from holding him for a little bit, your arms feel sore as fuck. These boots are weighing him down a fuck ton from the fact that you're,
I got a lot.
Does it look like I'm holding a child?
Kind of, yes.
I got a line for this one. No matter what, no matter how heavy you may be, or nervous you might be to Get on the boat, cause out of danger for our safety. We're happy to have you, my friend. Woo.
He just kind of like shrugs with his hands upwards, and then who says to you? He says, he didn't get what that meant, but he appreciates it nonetheless.
I just kind of sets him down and boat careful, so like, does it sink that much?
Kind of actually. The boat kind of teeters a little bit, but your weight is kind of averaging it out. If you guys kind of stand on the opposite side that Wu is on.
Okay, wait a second. How do we move this thing?
Yes, everyone started paddling with your hands out of spite. Nikolai accidentally slips and sinks to the bottom of the ocean, I guess.
Vince, like, no! I freaking like Titanic. Like, no!
Find a way he's absolutely afraid of drowning into the unknown.
Yup.
Deep, dark unknown.
But yeah, you guys kind of start paddling your way there using the oars, I assume, yeah?
Yeah.
Not paddling. Okay, good. Vincent, you're taking one oar, I assume, with the other, and you have your unseen servant helping you out, by the way, with the paddling.
Yes! Yeah.
But yeah, as you guys kind of start rowing, row your boat gently down the stream towards the war that's currently happening.
We're on our way to Grandpa's house today.
Now that you guys are on the main island, where are you guys gonna head next? And tell me specifically what you want to do.
Well, Captain, you're the one who's familiar with the island.
I think, okay. I think we should maybe go into 2 groups, maybe? I think our best bet for understanding the situation is finding my grandpa. But also...
We also need a sort of lookout, I suppose.
Yeah. And like try to find out information to the actual stuff going down in town.
So I think Alina and Ivan and I suppose could do the lookout thing. I could accompany you, Captain.
Alright, cool. What do you think? You're the other leader here.
Well, obviously because this is a war, you know, we kind of want the full capabilities of both of our groups, yeah?
Good point.
If we want this whole split-up thing to happen, then me and my crew are going to have to stick together to get the fullest extent of our abilities.
Good point.
I don't know if it's the same for you or not, but we kind of synergize really well together, so...
We fought a serial killer, and that went pretty well.
It did.
Oh, sounds impressive.
We are one person down than normal, though. So...
Well, you want to accompany too?
Yeah, we have Wilbur, though. So instead of
You
Braun, we have
yeah,
Brain.
forgot about Wilbur.
Yeah,
I'm here too.
Forget about Wilbur.
Hi, Wilbur.
Hello.
Oh, you want to accompany us? Or do you want to go in the line?
I'll go with you guys, I guess.
Cool. Yo, Vincent, first conversation with Wilbur ever.
Amazing. By the way, so just to say where the congregation is happening, you see where the stage is at, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And you see above the stage, there's like that big plot of land where all those paths intersect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's happening, right there, in between all those homes.
Yo, we're actually right next to Dante's house.
Yeah, you actually are. Yeah.
Yo.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let me go. Hold up. Where is Dante's house?
It's near that one boat in the corner.
The one boat in the corner, left corner, right corner.
Well, there's many boats in many corners. Like right next to where Glowing Wonders is, like down, like keep like going.
You guys went to the glowing, not the Glowing Wonders.
Darn it.
Nice try there.
It would make even more sense to go there because it's closer.
All right. So you guys split up. Could you remind me specifically what these 2 groups are that you're splitting up into?
Dante retrieval and information gathering.
Okay. who exactly are in these two groups?
Dante,
It's Wilbur.
yeah.
Dante is me, Vincent, and Wilbur. The other two are like for the information gathering.
Yeah, Alana and Ivan. Wait, we
Alright.
probably asked them too what they want. What do you guys? Do you guys want to come, or you guys want to gather some information, or recruit Grandpa?
We already have free on recruiting Grandpa Pod.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to force them. Should we head right and try to see what's going on at the dock, if we can see anything?
So, who do you want the NPCs to go with? The bounty hunter crew. Who do you guys want them to go with?
They should probably go with information gathering.
Hmm.
Cause
Yeah,
like
Alright.
retrieving a person shouldn't
Yeah.
need that many people.
Yeah, we're literally just gonna talk to. We're trying to find Vincent's grandpa. It's like it doesn't need like a whole army. Vince doesn't need to bring an army with him to see grandpa.
Information gathering with many people would be more dispersed.
Yeah,
I don't
Alright.
think like gathering one person needs that many people.
Yeah.
That's done with the spring up pod now to actually do the mission.
Alright, well, right. So yes, Alana and Ivan and the bounty hunters are all kind of together, and who kind of like offers a handshake to Vincent and says, "Would you like to shake his hand?" He's gonna say, "This may be the last time we talk to each other. This is a war. Some of us might die.
Yeah.
All I can wish you is good luck."
Are we using the like opposite hands of the sweatbands are on?
Yeah.
Yo! I grab his hand. It's like I say, like like imagine like what I imagine this is like. Imagine like the cool epic superhero a handshake, but like it looks like by like to fight losers.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Barry. Where do you want Ivan to go?
So we're on the island now, right?
Yeah, we're on the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are on the island. You're by the Forest of 1,000 Stories at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just follow Vincent.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right, so Alana and the bounty hunters. Ivan is going with Dante retrieval split up group. Okay.
Cool. I'm in charge.
Yep, you're in charge now.
Yeah.
You're in charge now, Rough Nut. Have fun. You're in charge.
Well, to the docks, I suppose.
All right, you got it, miss. Lead the way. Because we have no idea what this island is like. You're going to have to lead the way here.
I thought who was
did
like
not take any time whatsoever to study the maps. I was too busy speaking with Vincent.
I thought he was like.
Scouting that Gamma Yun
yeah.
make a map because I could lend Gamma Yun to a while, like right before we go.
What are you saying?
Did you not hear? Is my internet cutting out again?
I
heard.
It was like I didn't catch that. Yeah, it was probably heard by everybody else, but I didn't catch that.
I just said like through my scouting that Gamma Yun managed to make a sort of map so I could give to like who.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I
you want to
just
draw
said,
one
like,
out real quick.
Sure. I just like take a note and just quickly draw a basic map. Let me just hand him to Alina.
Handing it to Alina, not who. I see how it is. Who sees how it is?
Who's probably gonna phone a duck out of it? Who am I kidding?
Pulled a duck.
Who's probably going to lose the note? Let's be honest here. Alright, heading from where we are and we got off at and heading towards the middle left side. Okay, so you're heading towards the dock area. Okay, so Alana, we'll go with you first. So Alana, as you're kind of leading the other crew, just with you, just kind of heading towards the bottom dock area, just kind of following the coastal line a little bit outside of the 1,000 Stories, the Forest of 1,000 Stories. You come along the docks on this side, and yeah, what Ivan said he saw earlier, yeah, this is very much a smaller kind of scouting ship sent by the Marines. It has Marine insignia all over it, so obviously it's a Marine ship. And judging from what Nikolai has said, if you just follow this path downwards, if you just follow the path from the dock, it's a straight shot. You're gonna find, or you could torch the ship if you want to, but it's just a straight shot from the docks towards where that congregation, that meeting area is happening. I'm sure I'll be able to make my way up there easy as pie.
Who?
I'll be able to
How
talk my
well
way
do you
past.
trust your ability to talk to them? If anyone's on that ship, that is.
Yeah. I'm sure if there's anybody up on there, I'll be able to talk to them as easy as I talk to you guys. It's pretty easy.
Nice. Then let's
Alrighty
go.
then. Do you want me to lead the way, or do you want to lead the way, miss? Alrighty, you got it. Alright, who is kind of like taking you just like down the dock, and it appears that the Marines never lifted the board which they took to actually get onto this island, and there is I'm just gonna see if there's a chance that a Marine got left behind, a Marine or two.
Roll D20.
Let's see. Yeah, it appears there's like a Marine cabin boy that's kind of like up on the top deck, kind of scrubbing the place, lifting the sails, all the stuff that, you know, cabin boys do. Alrighty, miss, you got it. So, as you kind of see who just kind of waltz up there like he owns the damn place, he just kind of goes up to the cabin boy, kind of scrubbing the place, and he just kind of wraps his arm around the cabin boy's shoulder. He's like, "Bud, pal, you don't know me, and I'm here to solve that. The name's Who, at your service." And this guy says, what are you doing here? This is a Marine-owned ship. You can't be here." And then Who says in response, "Bud, pal, come on, Marine-owned, jurisdiction. Come on, what do I look like? A guy who knows what those words mean?" Yes, sir. You're not allowed to be here." "Not allowed to be here. Pff, all those fancy schmancy rules. Come on, man. We're just here to just have a good time, aren't we? Just here to talk. Chill, slow your roll, take a chill pill. It's fine." And then as he's saying this, a roll is going to happen here in BC No Mike. Let's see what happens. Hold up, I actually need to go... I have a stat block for this guy. I need to go double check. Hold up.
She's gonna walk around and look for anything curious
Okay.
or alarming.
Make me an investigation check as this guy also makes a check. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He just rolled a 2. Uh-oh! SpaghettiOs!
Is that for a Marine boy or who?
That was for who was trying to convince the Marine boy.
Oh man!
Alana, as this cabin boy is just kind of distracted by Who's just nonsensical talking, which is an opening that he actually made for you, you have a chance to sneak up onto the ship, and without him necessarily realizing it because he's being distracted by Who, you manage to get onto the ship and you just start looking around, and you end up finding the a kind of captain's quarters almost. There isn't necessarily a captain on this ship, but you did end up, to sneak. You end up finding a mini captain's quarters, and as you kind of like enter it, you just see like papers just strewn about everywhere. Like whoever stayed in this place just really does not like taking their time to organize things. And with that 20, you're able to kind of like look around, and you end up finding a paper, and it seems to go as follows. Your orders are to scout out the island and see if these people pose a threat or not. Try talking to them. If conversation goes out, start the attack. We'll move in on the sound of your gunfire. And it appears that the orders sent out are signed by Captain Coyote. And from what you can see, at least from the ship right now, looking out into the ocean, it appears there are 3 other ships out on the water right now. Not close to the island just yet. There are 2 smaller ships which are bigger than the ship you're on currently, because this one was just, a scouting ship. But the one in the middle is kind of a bigger ship. Not anything like a galleon or a man-of-war, but still a kind of sizable ship. And the ship, it's the figurehead of the ship appears to be a skeleton wearing a cowboy-like hat, and its arms crossed, and each arm is a flintlock pistol.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Also, Alana says, well, she's just gonna head back out with the papers in her bag.
All right. And as you head back out, you just hear the Marine boy saying, "Look, man, I don't understand what ducks have to do with the situation at all.
Yes.
Why? No, listen, okay, you don't see, all right? Okay, look, I'm gonna try getting it through your thick head once again, okay? Ducks, they float, they fly, they can float and fly, and they can walk. They're able to do all these things at once, while we're stuck on the ground, fish are stuck in the water, and birds can walk and fly, but they can't swim. What kind of BS is that?" And who has managed to distract this guy for long enough for you to also kind of walk off the ship as well? Yeah, he still like has his arm around his shoulder, kind of like leaning away from you, and he's gonna just like kind of slyly give you a thumbs up too as you walk off, and then he's gonna say, "Oh, would you look at the time?" Looking at a non-existent watch, he's gonna say, "I shouldn't be here. I'm trespassing. Why didn't you say anything, man? I'm not allowed to be here."
Yes.
Man, you really need to work on your just generally having a good code of conduct if you want to get promoted at all, man. Jeez. You really have to have a good work ethic nowadays if you want to get anywhere. He says as he just kind of walks off the ship, as the Marine boy is like, you just kind of left there stammering, still extremely confused about what just happened. And who walks off the ship? Hands in pockets, not giving a damn about what just happened. Oh, this definitely does not sound like a good situation. If their orders were to go off based on gunshots, and I think these guys might be a little bit quick to the trigger. They might probably have to hurry to the center of the town, yes. Alright, now, from here, we're gonna, as Rough Note says our last thing, we're gonna swap over to the Dante finding crew. Yeah.
Ahoy.
Y'all start hurrying over to the center of the town. While we go over to the Dante finding group, you guys, Nikolai, Ivan, Vincent, and Wilbur.
Yes.
So specifically, you guys are, at this point in time, they just left for the docks. So where are you guys going to be going?
Wherever Vincent goes.
The best way to get to my grandpa's house would be through the first proceed through the forest of 1,000 stories, and then there's a bridge, and there's keep going right, and then we'll get there.
Alright. So it's just me and Vincent, right?
And Nikolai and Wilbur.
Oh, okay.
Also, as we're walking through the forest, Vincent is like, "Hey Beth, hey Todd,
Talking to all these trees.
yo, what up Florence?"
Did you name every single tree in this forest?
No, they're not. No, they're not. I didn't name them. Their parents did.
At the young age of 5, Vincent just kind of constantly went out to the forest of 1,000 stories day by day and took the time to memorize every single tree's name.
Vincent's like, Ivan, look, see? You can tell by you can tell them apart by their bark. See how this one's a little bit different than the other one?
All trees are like
Ivan,
that.
you cannot see a difference whatsoever. The only difference you can see is a difference in color, and that's it. Like, some of these are like birch trees, other are oak, other are spruce. Whatever difference he's talking about, it's not apparent to you in the slightest way. Unless he's talking about the difference in, kinds of trees.
Yeah.
Even though trees are kind of like that.
Yeah, trees actually are all different. It's like a snowflake. But like, they all look super similar though in real life. Yeah.
So I have a feeling it's going to take a bit until we get through this forest.
Yeah.
I can carry 2 people at a time at high speed if you want.
I
If
know.
you want to get there fast.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know the layout, so I'm not fast, so I should probably go. Who else wants to come? Oh my, yeah, there's 4 people there.
I'm making 2 round trips.
Oh.
With those, I guess.
Okay,
So.
cool.
Hmm.
Vincent the Druid.
Yes, Vincent is just 2 steps away from being a druid. That is very true.
If I had the multi-class.
So who's going first?
I will.
So
I-
Vincent
yeah.
and one more person can come as well.
I know the layout. Yeah.
Nikolai!
Bye, Wilbur.
Okay.
I'm going with my. I'm going.
Alright, I turn to Wilbur and I say, "Don't move. Stay at this tree. I will come back for you." Okay.
I won't move. You don't have to. You don't have to worry in the slightest.
Yeah, stay up,
I'll
Judy.
be right back.
I'll be fine.
Please be vigilant and let's stay safe, okay? We'll come back.
Yeah. I can be vigilant.
Yeah, stay up, Judy, and then yeah, we'll be right back.
So yeah,
All right.
I
So,
Nikolai
Start your engines.
and
Rev them up.
Press it.
100 feet per round. So
3, 2, 1, go! On the mark, Ivan immediately just bursts forward. Just even with these 2 people on him, he's just bursting forward, running at an extremely insane speed.
Press the dictation engine noises. Just kidding.
I mean, maybe if you want to.
No, I don't. That would alert
make
people.
sense.
That would be hilarious though. Next time. Not when we're not on a stealth mission, I guess.
When we're not on a stealth mission.
Totally.
and yeah, I'm just zooming.
Every single bit of... Yeah, you're zooming. Every single bit of energy you have is just going into getting there as fast as possible. Just running. Running.
Running like it's music.
Yep. And
Obligatory
you
Sonic
managed to get
reference
there.
here.
So where specifically is Ivan taking you, Vincent? Because obviously you're giving him directions as he's running. Like, where specifically are you guys going?
Turn right, and then turn left, and just keep
A
going.
spot on the map, Spark.
Oh,
A spot
okay.
on the map.
Oh, I thought I had to character it.
That too, yes, but the spot on the map, where
Do
specifically?
you want to go directly to his house or?
That would be our best bet.
So yeah.
Alright. So yes, you just kind of like immediately just get there, just like as fast as possible. You get there, you drop off Vincent and Nikolai, and
I'm
at
only
this...
dropping off Nikolai since I need Vincent to go get back over.
Yeah, good point.
Oh yeah. So you drop off Nikolai, who's probably now has to like kind of hide behind a tree or something now from everybody else.
Just like
Stay behind Eric.
By the time,
this
yeah.
tall Russian man hiding
Russian
behind
man.
a tree.
Stay,
Obviously
exactly.
not.
hide behind Eric. He'll
I roll
protect you.
deception.
Nice.
Hang out with
Yeah,
Grandpa's
Nico
alone.
can hang out at Grandpa's alone. Yeah. He is really lying to the trees right now. The trees don't have any kind of insight whatsoever. You're able to lie to the trees. They think you're one of them. Good job. The trees believe you are a tree. So by the time Ivan makes it back to Wilbur, the other group is pretty much just getting to the docks right now. That's how fast Ivan is moving.
Basically 1,000 feet in like a few minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're able to... Sure, you have a limited amount of ki, because you can't step of the wind every single time, but you can still dash as an action.
Yeah, I'm just doing 100 feet per round since I have 50 and just use my movement and action, so...
You are able to move 100 feet in 6 seconds, so that means if you were to take a minute, which is 10 rounds, that would be about 1,000 feet that you get to move in a single minute. You can move 1,000 feet in a minute. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys weren't exactly dashing the whole time to the dock. Yeah, that wasn't something you could do, per se.
Then yeah,
Right.
I pick up Wilbur and go back.
Can you maybe go a little slow? It is I've never really gone this fast before.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
It's just Wilbur is just like kind of just starts internally screaming because he knows if he starts screaming, you guys are going to be noticed. Just as you just kind of start blasting off again.
He wants to look cool in front of his
Yes, you are
friends.
Team Rocket.
He wants to look cool in front of his friends.
I went off this ride. After doing that, just running back and forth, Nikolai, you were just like getting into your groove. You finally got behind the tree just as Ivan left. And then as soon as you got into your groove, Ivan's back with Wilbur in one hand now.
I hop off his back.
There's just like a skid of dust and like.
Yep. Skids to a stop.
Takes up like a big jug of water from his pack and just starts chugging it.
Pretty much, yes.
Great job, Ivan. See, I can shoot the gun. I can't shoot the gun. Oh no, you're right.
What do you mean Roughneck can't shoot a gun?
Oh, because it'll go off by gunfire. That's all they know.
Ah, yes. Yes. You fools, you finally found it out. The
Get-
real thing.
Get crippled.
Right. So, you are all outside Dante's house right now. What are you guys gonna do?
I knock on the door.
As you're
Grandpa! Grandpa! Are you okay?
Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knockity knock. It takes you a few seconds. You, like, kind of hear stumbling from the other side. Oh my god, you're all knocking at once. Yeah, and, you guys hear stumbling off of the other side, like, shit, fuck. And, like, you just hear, like, the kind of, like, shatter of something falling off of a counter or something. You just hear the mumblings of...
I'm sort of startled at the sound.
Yeah. Just to say,
Grandpa!
nuts, I'm gonna have to clean that up later. And as you hear this mumble, the door just kind of opens, and there on the other side, you see a gun pointing at you see Dante.
Grandpa!
Old
I give
man
him a hug.
Dante.
I give him a hug.
Yeah, he gives
Hello,
you a hug
Mr.
back.
Lacto
Whoa, whoa! What's all the hubbub? What are y'all doing here?
Whole marine thing outside.
There's a what outside?
There's a
And then
whole marine presence outside.
He kind of like looks down the path, like he just kind of like steps out a little bit, and he looks at the path and he goes, "Oh, yeah, no, that's not good."
I sent my doctor, our friends, to investigate the situation. I came to make sure first you're okay, and second to you to help us and make sure everyone else is safe.
Ah, I see.
Don't
So
worry,
what you're
I sent
saying
that
is
to
you
her.
sent. So what you're saying is, Vincent, my boy,
Yeah,
you
Grandpa.
sent your doctor away from your main group.
I mean, I'm also a doctor.
Yeah,
So.
You have two doctors.
I have-
Okay, that's smart, I guess. But
yeah.
generally a good
he's
idea.
amazing.
You know, I'm sure he is, but you know, it is generally a good idea from the adventuring I've done in my life. It's generally a good idea to have the doctor be with you at all times,
Good point.
lest ye be injured without one on hand.
Good point. This is Ivan, by the way.
Goodness,
He's
you
awesome.
finally- and
He saved a lady from starving in the middle of the ocean, her baby. I trust him. He's cool.
Ivan, my boy, you definitely seem trustworthy. He says as he kind of like extends a hand out for you to shake.
He shakes his hand, but like
You
he grabs
you
he grabs,
kind of
it, grabs it with a little force, tries to test the old man.
you get a little zap on your hand as Dante starts chuckling, and he he just like kind
Yo.
of raises his hand, and he has a joy buzzer in his hand.
I love Grandpa.
Oh, they all fall for that one the first time I meet him.
Ivan looks
But
unaffected.
pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
This is my grandpa, Dante.
Hello, Mr. Lacto.
Oh, and who might you be?
This is my really cool friend. He doesn't remember. He's cool and mysterious. Doesn't remember his past.
Oh, mysterious.
Yeah,
eh?
what a cool story.
I see.
I don't really think it's. I just kind of look away a bit uncomfortable.
Mm. Vincent, my boy, there's a time and place for everything. Remember that. It's one of the first things I taught you.
Yes, Grandpa. He's a so cool.
Well, I'm sure it.
I do. Companion though,
Yeah.
I could show you them.
You have a what?
Bird and companion. This is set down the Gamma U device beside me and whistle for Vera to come.
Holy mother of God! Is that a duck? As the Gamma Yun just projector just kind of goes up on the fritz a little bit. You kind of like look down, notice, and see a little note says, "Sorry, I accidentally messed with your thing." From who?
Yes.
I just taken the deep breath. And I just go for a moment.
Honestly, I'm surprised he got the message of it.
I just like pulls down my hand and just screams into it. I just kind of try to tinker it so that it's turned back to normal. You don't have the gun to you.
Yep, it's back to normal. It's all good. It was just kind of like a slight thing.
Yo, ducks.
Nothing permanent.
Vincent! Vincent!
What
I
happened?
left her to you and Rue for like a second.
Hey. What happened to two Vincents?
Anyways,
Yeah.
we got Marines to deal with.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a good point.
They
Vincent
seem
the
like.
boy,
Sorry.
It's always good to catch up. However, yes, there are more important things to worry about.
Definitely.
That currently is a marine presence on our dang island? What's that
Yeah.
about?
So basically, you know how like your island go on pilgrimage, and a lot of them become like pirates.
Yeah, pilgrimage.
That's kind
Wait,
of
we become
become
pirates? I mean, yeah, we do, but like,
that's kind of become
yeah.
a problem in the marine's eyes.
What do you mean? How? We've done things to help the Marines sometimes. What do you mean it's become a problem?
I know,
We've cleared
right?
I
out other
don't know the
pirates. We've
exact
cleaned
details,
bandits.
but that's what I've
Well,
heard.
I
I'm
agree
pretty
with
sure
you completely.
Pretty sure that all they see is a den of pirates.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean like a place that's full of pirates. That may sound a bit dangerous in their eyes.
Oh, this
But
this
if they
definitely
retire-
is not a good situation, kiddos. Either we lose this and the island of Glowing Mills is kind of subjugated, or we win this and the Marine presence was right, and they might send higher ranking officials here, which definitely is not good. So either we win here and lose later on when they eventually send a Commodore or maybe even a Rear Admiral, or we lose here and won't have to deal with whatever they send our way. Hey, maybe, who knows? Maybe they aren't here to fight us. Maybe they're just here to talk.
Yeah.
They
They still
are
do
here
this
to talk,
peacefully,
but like
maybe.
from what I can see, they are trying to talk, but things are looking a bit.
We even
Are you kind of like looking through your eye at this point?
I was about to ask if can we see the marina? If not, can I send my eye again?
Through your eye, you can see like the conflict between these two groups appears to be escalating further and further now. Now it is made completely apparent by both sides where their weapons lie, and it's not like they haven't drawn them yet, but their hands are kind of inching closer to their swords, guns, all of that. The Marines with their guns, the Glowing Mills with their instruments and their swords. It's definitely not looking good.
Oh, it's really upon us if we don't act quickly.
Oh boy, those kiddos, they don't really know the first thing about talking these people down. Oh, they're probably doing all the wrong things to talk to them. They're probably pushing all their buttons right now.
What we
Oh
should.
no.
Can you like go distract them for a moment? It's like you common enemy.
Make me an animal handling check with advantage because it is your common enemy.
Please be careful. Don't get shot.
Vero kind of gives a slight nod, and then he just kind of like starts flapping away. And then a few minutes later, through your eye, you can yeah, they keep asking to show the magic tricks. Through your eye, you can see Vero just kind of like swoop down and knock a gun out of a holster of one of the Marines, and then do that again for another one. And that manages to distract both sides long enough, wondering what the fuck a bird is doing here doing this shit. It even does the same for the glowing mills too, actually. It manages to knock a few swords out of their holsters as well. Out of their scabbards, not holsters.
It's like screaming,
Yeah.
squawking wildly at them.
Yep. Squawking wildly at them all the same. As Vero just kind of like soars by and does all of this. And he ends up flying back to you. You know, doing all that shit casually.
They're good. I might get you some salmon after this. Might.
Mm.
You
He has a
behave.
proud look on his face. Like he's proud of his work he just did. And he deserves the damn reward he's getting.
Good
He better
boy.
get that fucking salmon.
I whispered to Vero, I'll get you some, don't worry, good boy.
Yeah,
Let's get going.
Yeah,
Yeah, that should distract them for a bit, but we really should act fast.
definitely.
alright.
Let's go show them some glowing mill spirit. I give him a hug,
Yeah,
and then
that's right, my boy!
I high five Grandpa, then we go.
Yeah, he gives you that high five, and then he says, wait a minute, before we go, he rushes back in his house, and then he kind of like comes back out, rocking his old, just glorious looking guitar.
Yes!
His electric guitar. He now has its neck strap on, his shoulder strap, and he has it slung around his shoulder, and he's ready to get going. He's ready to get vibing.
Let's go,
He's ready to
Grandpa.
get this party started.
Sweet.
So yes, as you guys just kind of like start running there, I'd say we're gonna cut over to Alana with the bounty hunters real quick. Alana, you and the bounty hunters are like also noticing the fact that ahead of you, it seems like Vero, the Newsku seagull you guys were, or Nikolai has been training for the past few days, which has also been a menace on your fluffy butt, your pet rat, is actually distracting both sides by going down, knocking swords out of people's scabbards, knocking guns out of people's holsters, knocking instruments out of people's hands. Just being an overall sheer menace. Takes a shot. Amazing. Roll that attack then. No. Just overall being a nuisance. And then, as you kind of like get closer and closer, you two, the two groups end up intersecting and meeting up again. This time with Dante acquired.
Yes.
How's this gone? I try to distract them now, but we should act fast. I didn't get tired.
So are we there? Or are we with Alana?
Yeah, you guys are pretty much there.
Alright.
Yeah. You guys are pretty much there. It's going to take a little bit more running. But yeah, you guys are there now.
Yeah, we better go before like any shots fired.
Yes, Alana mentions the express thing of no guns. No guns. She explains the situation, how the ships out on the water are ordered to come here from the signal sound of gunfire.
Good thing I wasn't planning to bring out Chekhov.
Roll Chekhov's gun.
Sorry, Philip. Next time then.
But yes. Now that you all are here, you're kind of behind the Marines, and the Marines haven't noticed you yet. Now that you're all within, hey Hu, take your group and hide. Jump in if a fight starts. Hu gives you a solid nod, and he doesn't say anything to his group, but they all start moving towards the same direction as if they did say where they were going.
We'll have that synergy one day.
They're kind of like behind like cover now, so that were you guys to call out, they wouldn't see them just yet. But the main thing is that Wu, his loud boots as he starts running with them,
No.
immediately draws the attention of the Marines towards you guys, and also the bounty hunter group. Most of the bounty hunters were able to actually get behind the trees. Not Wu, however, who is still very much in the open, still kind of running. The loud clanking sound of his boots still going off. And then the Marine, who was just like shouting out this decree on his paper, saying how the Glowing Mill people populace must surrender or face the full-scale attack of the Marine Captain Coyote's forces. And then he looks behind you, or he looks behind himself, and he looks at you guys and he shouts, "Hey, what the hell are you doing here? Y'all aren't Glowing Mills except for the one in the front."
Hi.
We're here to kick your ass.
Wait a minute, I shouldn't be saying hi to you.
Don't worry.
You're here to kick our ass?
No. Let's we can talk this out. We can talk this out.
Stop.
Peaceful. We're talk only. I put my flute is hidden in my jacket, by the way. I put my dagger on my hip on the floor. Like, talk.
Right. You're here to talk, eh? Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Our captain's father wanted to talk with a Glowing Mill resident that showed up in his bar one day.
Oh
And his father ended up lying in the ground bleeding out because of it. Shattered glass lodged in his head.
Oh freak. Oh no. Darn
When we
you.
found him, he had a broken toe, too.
Ah! It's that guy!
Vincent.
Captain.
That wasn't Vincent, that was me.
This is just like shaking, Captain. This is kind of just shaking vigorously.
Wu doesn't know fully what's happening right now, but they are walking up with you guys too, and they are amongst you right now at the moment.
Vincent, we're not going to be able to.
Captain,
We're not able. We're not going to be
you
able.
ruined my AI, and now you. What is this whole thing?
Look, you Glowing Mills people, you just aren't good. You just bring chaos with you wherever you go. Innocent lives have been lost. The captain's father is currently in a comatose state because of it. He's gonna be for the rest of his life, which isn't very long, mind you.
I have a question for you.
Captain.
Have you guys ever been to an island nearby called Toptua?
No, that's actually kind of off of our usual routine patrolling schedule. He says as he suddenly goes into work mode, pulls out his map, and he's like, yeah, no, that's kind of out of our.
You guys
Wait a minute. So why are you asking? Look, this is besides the point. Why are you kind of distracting us here?
Because I want to do this peacefully, and no one get hurt.
You also say Glowing Mills people have taken more lives than the Marines, but that's untrue. I say the Marines, like on Toptua, there was a serial murderer, and guess what the Marines on that island did? Nothing. We dealt with said murderer. So I say we did a lot more than you on that island, at least.
Most of the island were dead.
It was a mass island genocide. Only 2 survivors.
No.
If we didn't step in, if we didn't go there and step in to help you, specifically to help, then there would have been even more bloodshed. A little boy would have died. A little boy that was 11 years old could be dead now if we didn't go there and help.
No.
Yes.
You're lying, obviously.
Why would I lie to you?
You Glowing Mills residents and your honeyed words.
You Marines and your false
Try going there
propaganda.
yourself, you know. Try going there yourself. And see how.
No,
we
already kind of explicitly stated already that.
They were drugged out of their mind. They couldn't even do anything. There was one single lady who had to actually manage everything.
All right, now obviously that can't be the case. And look at us, we're an entire squadron of foot soldiers, and we've been able to handle all the islands around this area easy.
That's great.
As a matter of fact, we had.
Question, have you heard about the new explosion in Island Meadow Valley? Did you take care of that?
No,
what happened there?
You're saying these things like we're supposed to know them, but we don't. We're foot soldiers, okay? We're only given orders from the higher ups and then we're sent out. We don't exactly know much stuff.
Well,
And why do you? And if you don't know about all these things, why are you accusing us of things you don't actually know?
How do we know you're not lying to us? If you're gonna use that route to us.
Because we have multiple reports over the course of the fact of Glowing Mills history that a lot of its residences have entered in places such as bars and left with the entire bar caused in disarray, such as one case where another Glowing Mills resident, who has been rumored to be the exact same that caused the death of Coyote's father, or not death, comatose, ended up entering a citizen's bar once, and by absolutely shutting down his business due to a Marine captain, just managed to just throw that poor man into a life of piracy. And then there's one case from like over 20 years ago about one guy who had a guitar and accidentally, in one place of starting a concert, accidentally smashed multiple tables down and was demanded compensation for said tables, but ended up never paying for it and left the next day. This decree is set out. Dante has a slight sweat drop, just runs down his forehead as he just has that single sweat drop.
Why?
It's going back to haunt Vincent. The spirits of Tavern Pass.
Bar Pass, yeah, Tavern Pass, yeah.
The bar ruins past.
Yes.
Yeah.
You Marines spread a lot of false propaganda.
Excuse me for a moment. I just turn around and just screams again.
Nice.
You know, I never really had a problem with Marines. They were just a force in the world. But from what I've seen so far, they're just a bunch of lazy smucks who spread false propaganda and claim they're the greatest in the world.
They are making a point. You guys really did wreck the whole.
Sure, the Glowing Mills people might be a little rowdy. Sure, they might have accidentally hurt a few people. But how many more Marines have hurt people? How many more other bigger pirates you could be dealing with have hurt a lot more people? Why are you just wasting your goddamn time on a couple of people who are just doing nothing? Huh?
Well,
Try and inspire his persuasion?
Like you always say, you're a foot soldier. How are you supposed to know anything?
How are you supposed to know what's fair and what's not?
Yeah.
You're just
doing what you need to.
God damn it!
You really
he says immediately in this swift movement, he immediately pulls a gun out and points it directly at Vincent's head.
Stop!
He's pointing it at your head.
I know.
You throw a screwdriver at him, do you?
No. I can do this peacefully. Peacefully. Oh my god. No, don't.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Knock it out of his
Roll
hand.
Roll it then. Roll that attack.
I could just send the unseen servant the mess of it.
Or just like a roll 20, right?
It would have been an instant. He pulled out the gun to point at you. Yes. Roll me an attack roll for throwing your screwdriver.
Alana says she gets annoyed. Wouldn't it be better to talk to your captain about this?
As soon as Alana writes that down and shows it, it's too late. He already drew the gun at Vincent's head. And then Nikolai pulls out ye old screwdriver and manages to throw it as it kind of like spirals within the air. He throws it like a football, not like a dagger, like a throwing knife. He throws it like a football, the thing soaring through the air. Just a blade always standing forward. And he manages to hit the barrel of the gun in a perfect moment. Like just in a perfect angle where it just kind of like is knocked out of the Marine's hand.
Great throw. I'm glad I didn't hurt. You're gonna hurt him.
Still talking. It's to interrupt it.
As this is happening, all the other foot soldiers and all the Glowing Mills residents just pull out their weapons. The soldiers pull out their guns, point them towards the Glowing Mills. The Glowing Mills pull out their instruments and their swords and aim them. And it's silence. Just pure silence. The sounds of the flintlocks cocking, the sounds of the instruments being strummed, tuned.
How
Just
far
pure
away?
silence now in
How
this
far away?
stalemate.
How far away are we from them, or from the main guy?
Thought we were in the middle.
Main guy.
Like-
Yeah, he's in the middle. You guys are about 15 feet away from after like how this talk was going.
All right. With 15 feet of my movement, I'll be the first to move. And like fucking like a flat flash, I go up to the guy and punch him in the face.
Roll me that attack.
Oh god, so much shit. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
Holy
Jesus
crap.
Christ!
How much?
Jesus Christ! You hit. These guys are foot soldiers. They have baby AC. You meet his AC exactly. You hit.
I just go for uppercut, just like he's not expecting it.
You uppercut him. He loses a few teeth and is immediately knocked to the ground unconscious as you uppercut him. These are
Yeah.
foot soldiers, keep in mind. These guys are weak. Weak as. Keep in mind that. But there are a lot of them.
Now,
And they're gonna fire now. Damn it.
Yep, exactly. After the silence is broken immediately from Ivan rushing forward and attacking, the Marines realize that they are now being attacked by what they can assume are allies of the Glowing Knolls Island. Now immediately
Ivan!
begin firing at the Glowing Knolls citizens, and the Glowing Knolls citizens, recognizing the fact that one of their supposed allies of at least one of their citizens attacked the Marines, realize that this might mean that a fight is now being instigated and talking is now off the table, that they immediately start playing their instruments. Just musical notes are flying everywhere. These different things are happening. Just all of a sudden, like, just walls are kind of like walls of sheer music are being put up to block bullets. People are taking hits like champs, all that, from both sides. And just this all-out
Where's
war
Wilbur?
just kind of just
Where's
starts
Wilbur?
going on before. Wilbur's right by you, and he's kind of like shaking a little bit as like, he's seeing this all-out war just kind of start going down.
Ivan just starts throwing needles everywhere at the Marines.
Take out your wood. Take out your gun. Take out your gun. Whoever it's going down. Either way.
It's going down. He says as he immediately just pulls out a gun, because he notices, what you don't notice is that, like, a Marine is looking towards you guys who actually instigated the fight. One of the foot soldiers, you don't notice this. He points a gun to the back of your head, and before you realize it, Wilbur suddenly has a gun in his hand and pulls the trigger right next to you. And he ends up popping the Marine who was about to fire at the back of your head in the head. The Marine then falls to the floor dead.
Holy crap.
Yep, there's gunfire.
At this time to attack. The one we particularly targeting.
I guess.
Just like
There are a
shooting in
lot
the
of
wall.
random foot soldiers right now. There are a lot of foot soldiers right
How
now.
many?
The thing is, the main thing is that you guys probably don't need to worry about this at least, because the main thing you now notice is Wu is no longer with you, actually. As soon as the fight started, what you guys didn't realize is that Wu immediately rushed in. And here is where things get weird. The main thing you now recognize that is distinctly different, Wu is somehow moving as fast, if not faster than Ivan.
Yo!
And his boots, that were once just this dim kind of gray color, the star design on them, which were just kind of a pale blue, are now glowing just this bright dark blue. As he's immediately moving with this swiftness, just kind of like, just moving in between these different foot soldiers, just foot soldiers. Because
Oh my
what
gosh.
he's doing is he's essentially doing roundhouse kicks. He's launching himself off of other foot soldiers to kick multiple times around. He's just moving around with like a kind of gracefulness that you wouldn't expect to see with someone who had such heavy armor, heavy boots that he had before. As he just like is just moving around with this grace and just kind of skill that shows that he's at least practiced whatever art he's doing right now for quite a long time.
Yo, where did who got a guy like that?
Yeah, Doom music starts playing for the foot soldiers. But also keep in mind, this isn't as impressive as it could be, because these are just baby foot soldiers. Ivan was able to take a guy down, the main guy, by dealing 4 bludgeoning damage. These guys are baby sauce. Weak. So it wouldn't be as impressive as it would be normally. However, it's still extremely impressive how he's able to move between these different targets like this. There are about 25, 30 foot soldiers like this, just all-out attack on the citizens. The citizens have equal numbers, because these are the only ones that are kind of like here and in fighting shape and aren't currently on pilgrimages, so there aren't that many.
Yeah,
However, there are
is
still
Duke here?
You don't see Duke anywhere.
Okay. So
At least not in this big cluster.
I know he was
That's
coming.
for sure.
I know he was coming. Duke comes. Man, guys, imagine Duke comes back the going mills like 4 days later on the day of Dante's birthday. Everything's in flames. It's like, what the frick happened here? Vincent is on the floor, bloody. It was like,
Yeah.
Alana is just gonna stand in the back and watch, seeing if anyone needs help when they need it.
Yeah. And there is another key thing to note about Wu, specifically, this is the last thing to note, is that it sounds like there's some kind of low hum emanating from him at the moment. Not a hum that is like he's humming along to a tune. No, like a mechanic hum. Like a mechanical hum. Something you would hear from an engine, maybe. Just a very, very light hum.
I'm just standing beside Wilbur shooting if necessary, just keeping an eye out if there's any like particularly strong person coming out.
There aren't any here yet. It appears that these two groups are pretty even. However, from what you guys know, the most concerning thing is those 3 ships that Alana saw earlier that are now very much on their way, right here, right now. And you know that on the bigger ship, there is a person that is of the captain rank.
Oh my.
Ivan will cut down a few more foot soldiers and just stand next to everyone watching the ship.
So, specifically, what you guys are going to do is the battle just starts raging on.
I send my eye over to the ship, just making an estimate of how many more people are.
Alright, yeah, make me that estimate real quick. Could you roll me perception check, if you could?
Spare the dying, anyone needs it.
Just get shot down into the ocean.
No. This is an expensive eye, you'd lose it. No, you can't see much because your eye has to go far out, and it's a very short signal connection you have to your eye, so it kind of goes out, and you see at least 5 regular Marines, not even foot soldiers, like higher than foot soldier Marines on the top decks of both smaller ships, and you see at least 10 normal like Marines above foot soldiers on the main ship, but that's about it. You can't make out everything else, and your eye just ends up getting recalled to you because it goes too far out.
There's around any more soldiers coming in, at least. That's not counting more foot soldiers in the cabin.
Right, so what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna focus on like kind of setting up around, like maybe getting ready for the ships to come along? Or are you guys going to try participating in the bigger fight? The one that's going down right now.
Oh, well, you got anything prepared?
No, in the panic I wasn't able to prepare anything. I couldn't think of anything really.
You still have that cannon that you use when you just not.
I should, I think. I could probably build one really quickly.
I could try to give you a hand. I should have us deal with some of the Marines when they came.
I go. Wait. So that's what Nikolai and what we're gonna do.
Yes.
All right. I go to Grandpa and I say, Grandpa, what do you think I should do? Should I help support you or?
Vincent, my boy, you don't have to worry about us. We're all glowing mills. We have the glowing mill spirit. We
Correct.
can deal with these Nancys any day of the week, any
Yeah.
time of the day,
Yeah.
any minute of the hour,
Yeah.
any second of the minute. We
Yeah.
can deal with these guys.
I'm,
They're weak sauce.
I'm glad he stopped. It was gonna get louder and louder, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to get too loud. I was like,
They're weak sauce. We can deal with them.
all right.
These Nancys, they didn't know what they were talking about. They didn't expect the glowing mill spirit. They
Correct.
never do.
Sound like I'm talking to my actual grandpa about Christianity. Good job, what?
They also never expect the magic from glowing mills. Glowing mill spirit is my gun I have on my side right now. They never
Yeah.
expect the glowing mill spirit.
Yeah.
He says as he pulls out an ornate flintlock that appears to be like old for its time. You know, like yeah, there are the flintlocks nowadays, but this one's kind of old. You know.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna do is I thought you were gonna like make him pull like mime a gun and then use prestidigitation have a gun sound.
Nope. He has a real gun.
Cause that's legit. This going
And he's gonna use it.
Oh my. Grandpa about
Also-
to be popping them heads.
Question 4 thing I'm drawing is
Oh cool.
how does Grandpa fight? Is he a hand-to-hand or does he use an actual weapon?
So the thing about his electric guitar is that it has an armrest, like a shoulder rest, when he puts it under his armpit. It has like an armpit rest that
Mhm.
when he extends it out, it turns into an axe blade. So
Oh!
he swings his axe around like an axe.
That's
Get it?
even cooler.
Yeah.
Oh!
He
Okay.
has an axe.
That's
I will
so
set for
cool.
what I'm drawing.
That's so cool.
Continue.
Yep.
Oh man. I love it. It's a pun.
So
I
yeah,
don't
we
care
have
really to pay
we have
attention much.
we have yeah. So Dante, nodding to you, says, "If you could get prepared for the bigger guy to get over here, I think we can keep these guys at bay for now."
You got it, Grandpa. Good luck. I give him a hug.
I'm not gonna need it, boy. I have the glowing mill spirit.
Yeah!
He says as he wields his guitar in a very different way. This is something you've never seen your grandfather do, by the way. You'd never really realized what that thing was besides an armpit rest. You thought it looked weird in your design, but you never really saw anything else. And then what happens is, another thing you never notice about his guitar is that by the neck is a small little button, which he presses. And the armpit rest, which was once again an armpit rest, kind of like retracts outwards and forms an axe blade. And he runs into the fray, screaming with like the fury of 1,000 suns, as he immediately just doesn't use the sharp part of it and just whacks a guy unconscious with the blunt part of the axe. Right, so as Dante just starts rocking these guys like a hurricane, he's leaving them stricken with fear. Look, he just wants to rock and roll all night. There are a lot of guitar puns I can do right now, all involving song titles. After he's done, there's only going to be the sound of silence, that's for sure.
Oh!
Right, as he's just kind of dealing with these guys, whacking them down, he has kind of told you that, you guys should probably start preparing for the other 3 ships that are coming your way right now.
Good point.
And then the other bounty hunters are actually walk over to you guys. They aren't participating in the fight. Who walks up and he says, "So, what are we gonna be doing?
We're gonna be
Are
preparing
we
for
gonna be
the
helping you guys out here?"
we're gonna be start preparing for the ships that are coming along the way. That way we're not defenseless when more cavalry arrives for the Marines.
Alright. So specifically for Alana, Sue actually ends up walking towards you, and then they start signing to you, saying, "Do you have that thing I asked you to bring with you? Could you take it out, please?"
Of course. Why would
I
bring it to a fight? What?
Sue then signs, "Because I asked you to bring it with you here when we talked." Well, signed. She's not.
Dang.
She then signs, "What I gave you was more important than any normal supplies you could have brought." And then she just kind of like face palms again. Not as much as she would with Who or Spark, but She does have like a kind of small facepalm moment as she immediately brings out her bag, and out of this bag, she then pulls out these two, what appear to be small ceramic dolls, which appear to be professionally made. Just these ornately carved, just doll-looking things. And then Sue does like this weird snap of the fingers motion of like he does a little like motion with his hand, and then like all of a sudden she just kind of suddenly just energy kind of like leaves from their fingers, like this visible what appears to be spectral arcane like energy just kind of then sinks into the doll, and then the doll starts getting up and moving, like flying. And one of the dolls actually ends up flying over towards where Wu is and latches onto his back. And it doesn't look like it's doing anything obvious, but all of a sudden, as soon as the doll kind of latches onto his back, starts hanging onto his shoulder, all of a sudden it appears Wu starts fighting like a lot more efficiently.
Yo.
Like, it looks like he's moving like better to conserve energy to fight longer. It looks like he's hitting his shots better, you know, all that. It just looks like overall he's actually like hitting better than he normally was.
What's that?
Yep, we can see that. It's amazing.
What is that thing, Sue?
They sign and say, "It's my ability I have."
Oh, cool.
By infusing the dolls with that I've made with the specific energy that I have from a devil fruit ability I've gained a long time ago,
Yo.
I'm able to bring these dolls to life and help them assist my teammates.
That's early.
Which is why I said, no, this is translating through Alana, or who can translate it as well, normally. Yeah. Who then says, and then they say something about why it was so important that your friend here brought one with ya, because apparently they have a limited number of them, and they gave one of their limited number things to her, and she didn't bring it with her. So, yeah, I guess that's the general gist of it. You get all that?
Oh, I see.
And then, as Sue does another thing with another doll, the second one she brought out, why are you posting a Ravik? Just another doll that they bring out. It kind of like, once again, you know, you kind of bring it to life, and it just kind of also just like starts flying towards like Charles and latches onto his shoulder.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay, just thinking about how dumb Bring a Doll would have been with no prior knowledge of what it does.
Yeah, nah, the dolls ain't being used to assist you guys just yet, so it's fine. But right, Shigaraki, amazing. Who then says, so after that whole thing, what are we doing again?
We're going to prepare for the upcoming
right,
fleet
preparing.
boats coming up for Marines. That way, we're not defenseless.
I see. So, what exactly are we going to be doing for that?
Anything that you need to prepare, get it done now.
Nope, I'm all good for now.
Me too.
I think that's what Sue just did, actually.
Yeah.
That was their way of preparing, I believe. What about you guys? You got anything to prepare?
I mean, that's the thing that me and Will are doing. What's that going?
They're making a cannon.
It's you're able to with both of you guys doing it at once, you guys are able to actually kind of like do it pretty quickly. It's the ship is like the ships are getting closer and closer, and you end up finishing it before, like, you know, the ships really get here, and the mortar is completely done. All right.
It's the order to shoot.
All right.
Gets closer.
I will let you know.
The ships get closer and closer. Ever so closer. As eventually, they're just a few feet away from the shore.
Shoot now.
And we shoot.
Yep, you shoot. So, basically with this, Wilbur is going to have advantage on this aiming roll. So, let's see what he's gonna get. Good old Wilbur Impractical. Let's see what he's gonna get. Hey, y'all, that's pretty friggin' good.
Hey.
As you and Wilbur just kind of aim the mortar towards the ships, you aim it, and basically it strikes through the front hull of the ship on the left, not the one in the middle. Just, it strikes true. It goes directly through, like, the bottom of the ship. As the ship starts sinking, because it was such a well-placed shot, it actually ended up taking a majority of the hull out, and it starts taking on water. Fast. Extremely fast.
Was that the one with the captain on it?
Nope.
No.
The one with the captain on it was the one in the middle.
Darn.
At least we take out one more. This thing fire again.
Alright, you will fire again. However, this advantage, you won't get to give an advantage, because this is like a once per action thing.
Never mind. I would say
Wilbur's
kind
gonna
of inspire,
have to-
but
No, you can inspire.
Oh,
It's
cool.
a bonus action.
I
You can-
inspire.
Alright, so he gets to add a d6 onto this roll. Oh, okay, that's a 17. That's pretty good. But the d6 is going to have to be higher if he wants to pull another one of those sinking in one shot things again.
Robot, please.
Oh, that's going to be a
That's a plus
22. He doesn't sink the second ship in the slightest. However, he did deal a massive hit to the top deck of the ship. He didn't angle it like he did earlier, where it hit the hull directly on. No, he managed to hit the top area where some of the Marines were, and he managed to knock a few of them off of the ship and into the water. And the ones that got direct impacted by it are probably dead right now, but a lot of them did get knocked off into the water. As you see, like, some hands on deck got, like, knocked off into the ocean from the blast. Oh, an extremely wanted man. Extremely.
Wilbur
Not
is a
helping.
mass murderer, dozens of Marines. He is gonna be a very wanted man.
Now
Yeah.
I'm helping.
We wanted him first.
And then-
So,
And then, as you manage to unload those two shots, the mortar, after firing the second shot, ends up falling down into pieces like it did earlier before when he first used it again. Ah, nuts. That's the second time I've used this design and it has fallen apart like this.
We can work on it together later. I mean, at least you've taken out one and a
1.5 ships. Oh my god. But yes, as
after with the back.
yeah, he takes the pat on the back as the two ships just start inching closer and closer, and they end up lowering the planks. And Wilbur now has the highest kill count, definitely. There was never a number, but it was enough, that's for sure. The number of kills for Wilbur's tally mark is just enough now. It's not even a number, it's just the word enough.
I just kind of ready my weapon.
Yeah. As down walking from the plank, first off is a group of Marines who aren't firing or anything like that, aren't attacking. They're getting into formation as they just kind of start forming down on the sand. And some of them fall down from rope, kind of go down from there, slide down from rope, also get into formation. And then as they all get into formation, at attention, you know how army soldiers do the salute thing, at the board, out walking down comes this man wearing what appears to be a cowboy sheriff's hat, has his justice coat on. Unlike a lot of the other ones, he actually is fully through the sleeves of the justice coat.
lame.
He has what appears to be a sheriff's badge on the justice coat. And off on his right side appears to be a holster for a flintlock pistol. and on his back appears to be a musket. And this man has just a toothpick in his mouth. You know, like old Wild Wild West cowboys do. And as he walks down, he says to his soldiers, "At ease." And they all just kind of like go away from attention. Just immediately just like turn from how they were facing towards you guys. They ready their weapons towards you. They don't start firing just yet. And then Coyote walks down, Captain Coyote of the Marines, walks down, walks forwards and says, well, well, well. If it ain't the island that ended up killing my old pa. And that's where we're going to end it off for today.
Oh man. Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, it was getting a little late.
Yeah.
I don't think we had enough time for a comp.
That's so
Oh,
good.
boy.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye.
Yep, for those of you that came, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.